It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. Man of the masses, my ego don't come, oh, my ego diary politico, my ego la wamo la moto do. My ego diary. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làwọn tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Presidiot bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún.
Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Máyégún Live. Thank you very much, brethren, for joining me. Please, after reading the caption of this broadcast, kindly read the description as well, then like it, the broadcast. Also, share it. To invite your friends and your not so friendly friends, your frenemies. Tell them all that Máyégún today, Máyégún is live. Tonight, we are dabbling into what has now turned to war of words and reaction from the supposed opposition base to thiefnubu. Let me remind you of something here. On Máyégún's diary political, right? We have, groups that we believe have, different sort of like cause or fights that they are pushing. And to us, all those fights are legitimate because they are the creation of the failed leadership in that contraption. Therefore, we consider these groups, right, as having something in common. And what is that? Having a common enemy, a system that has alienated a lot of them to come up with their own best, better solution to how they could get a fair sort of like a treatment in that contraption. These groups, they varied. So you have the Sowore, Omoyele Sowore's group, Revolution Now, or what we know them for. Then you have the Obidients, Peter Obi's movement, for their own also record. We have the IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, who are not interested. You see the first two groups, they are pro-Nigeria, like they are one Nigerianist. But their own idea of Nigeria, right, is completely different from what you have right now by their own definition and preaching. So therefore, they are like pro-Nigeria. But you see this IPOB, Yoruba Nation, even these two, by the way, the Yoruba Nation, the IPOB, they are also the creation of the injustice in the system where they prefer, the Biafrans prefer to not be part of this whole mess anymore. They want away from this. Same with the Yoruba Nation advocates. So in all of this, right, there is a one stumbling block, which on Máyégún's diary political, I always do my best to remind all of them. Because somehow, by human machination or by divine sort of like projection, I don't know, all of these groups do not agree. Meanwhile, they have one common enemy, and that is those who are the owners of Nigeria. We call them the ruiners of Nigeria. Omoyele Sowore and the Obidients, right? Literally, like they can't wait to kind of slaughter themselves. Literally, I mean, not like physically by the way, or maybe physically too, right? So similarly, when you see the IPOB, to compare them with all these groups, right? They do not just want to have anything to do with them. And again, the Yoruba nation, the real and the others. Oh. But when you come to think of it, all these groups came to be because of the marginalization, the injustice, the inequality, the corruption, or whatever else that actually created them. And who are those who created them? Those who are still in charge of that contraption. So somehow, they are also responsible for the delay in achieving whatever all these groups have like as their goals. The Obidients, the revolution now, the Yoruba nation, the IPOB, they all have one common enemy. Like I said, the ruiners of Nigeria. Except the system that empowers them is broken, totally destroyed. The revolutionary won't have their way. The Obidients won't have their way. The IPOB won't have their way. Everyone seems to be in a quagmire. So to the lock of the establishment, there seems to be no end in sight when all of these people will realize that by them somehow coming together, right, to get rid of a system that initially brought about this, right? Except that happens, right? The establishment will always win. It's like betting against the house. So what is going on? It's been a while that some of us have been observing. For example, we have listened to the beautiful ideas of Sowore about how he intends to kind of like fix that contraption. Similarly, the Peter Obi that you listen to all the time, his ideas kind of like are so relatable, practicable, that he has won for himself a sizable demography of citizens of that in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. No one should deny that, right? But for some reason, right, it seems on the Sowore side, like he's got so much energy. Okay, let's put it this way. Sowore, as a journalist, has used this platform, right, to help expose the rot in that contraption. You have to give that to him. Even though that has sort of ending so much, like, I don't want to use haters, I'll say so much people who don't like his gods. To some extent, he is believed to have been a willing tool in the hand of the same establishment that he publicly derives. So in that regard, right, some have been doing so well to take away the credit of what he actually contributed to this political conversation in that contraption way back. Some still blame him though, right? In so instrumental to how APC got to power in Nigeria. Something he himself says he had no regret about. Anyway, then came by Obi. Obi, who happened to be like from the private sector, then into the political sector, became a governor, all right? And adjudged to be like one of the most non-corrupt and incorruptible politician from that contraption that boldly challenged the system himself. If they have any sort of any debt on him, right, they should not hesitate to publish them, and it would stop all of this. He challenged them, but none of that came to be. So why has it become so impossible, for example, right, or somebody like Sowore, right, who believes that the establishment needs to go, and then find it so difficult to see beyond wherever, I mean, I don't know if you've even if it is a personal or not, right? Right? See beyond Obi, and then then see through the movement that the establishment has created. The same establishment he himself is fighting. So that is why a lot of people have been so pissed lately. And some of you are watching right now, and there is a chance that Sowore himself will be watching. So maybe they may have a chance to pass on some messages tonight, especially to those of you who believe in that you're one Nigeria. So they are talking about a coalition, and that is they all have to come together. We are talking about the coalition of the same characters responsible for more than half of what is wrong with that contraption right now, offering themselves that they want to save Nigeria. But somehow they lack credibility. Right? So they need that credible person, and that person happened to be Obi, which means they wouldn't mind to use him to clean their own dirty slate, launder themselves clean, and push themselves back to power. Something Sowore himself has sort of like repeatedly accused this coalition people of. I mean, in fairness, right, I have raised a personal concern that from where to where would you see Obi and El-Rufai together? Like, in what world would they come together and say they want to form a coalition to save Nigeria? But that's just my own opinion. So again, like I said, in fairness to him, okay? But Nigeria is burning, as much as we know it, under this APC, thiefnubu and all that. The work of the opposition currently is to possibly be offering the people an alternative. Somehow, the opposition should possibly, like, at least, if not compromise, to speak in the same language, in one voice, even if they have their differences. I have never really seen what I have been witnessing between this between Sowore and Obi. As much as Obi will not even mention his name, he won't even reply, he won't even do anything. But the pattern seems to be like almost the same. And I am like, okay, I'll give you instances. The one that actually led to all of this right now, okay? So the news broke that thiefnubu got bounced from shaking the Pope, all right? And then another video popped out where Obi and Fayewan were also seen to be bounced. But at the end of the day, they were all in the same hall, where picture shows that they were there, right? Then we saw Obi greeting Fayewan, something that's as horrible as Onofunuga is. He painted a picture of Obi was brought to come and see thiefnubu in the VVIP section at the front. Now, the VVIP is for the head of state, head of government. He is none of that. All right? But it was like, propaganda on steroid from Sahara Reporters. Again, in fairness, except when Sowore responded, okay, in fairness, he has said that he is not fully in charge of Sahara Reporters, which means Sahara Reporters is operating on his own. It doesn't have to be there, which means he has his own journalist who does all the job. Until when he picked it up, amplified it himself, that's when people believe that he's behind it. And what are those? From this issue of going to Rome to poke this and that, right? In a single day, Sahara Reporter published more than 4 or 5 different stories. And they were like so ridiculous that I'm like, what is the end goal, Baba? Because at the end of the day, right, all this tearing yourselves and all of that is to whose advantage? Is to call whose advantage? Somebody who claimed to be passionate about rescuing that contraption, right? If they really care, they will concentrate their energy on the people who are actually responsible for the destruction of that contraption as we speak, even those who are responsible for putting your own life in danger. Sowore. In a single day, Sahara Reporters said, oh, it was bounced. Then another one, it was never invited. Okay. Then another one, oh, he went to Rome because he wanted to see thiefnubu. Ah, okay. So he tried to see thiefnubu because of a Supreme Court judgment, 255 billion naira Supreme Court judgment against Fidelity Bank. That was why Obi went to Rome. Sahara. It was like on the roll. Then immediately they said, Sahara again said he was in Rome and thiefnubu denied seeing him, like refused to see him in his hotel. Like Obi was bounced from thiefnubu's hotel in Rome. So that kind of made a lot of people worried, including even Sowore supporters. And what is the end goal? Anyway, so I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday or this morning that Obi responded by kind of like trying to clarify what happened. Like, why would I go and see thiefnubu because of Fidelity Bank? The issue of Fidelity Bank and the court judgment, right, is within the capacity of the bank themselves. And the entire thing has nothing to do with me. So why would I want, what would thiefnubu do? Would thiefnubu say Fidelity Bank shouldn't pay the money? Or what? Fidelity Bank is said to be like worth over 7 trillion naira anyway. So it's more or less like what they, and the story behind the whole thing as well, right? It's nothing to do with him. So in that response, again, right, what people believe should ordinarily be like easy thing. Sowore is or Sahara Reporters, they are investigative journalists, all right? So they are there to help us, right, to uncover some of the stuff that have been buried, never to be seen. So Obi called him Blackmailer-In-Chief, that's what he's been doing all his life. So rather than address him as Sowore, it was like addressed him as Blackmailer-In-Chief, BIC or so. And of course, as expected, it became street fighting between the Obidients and the revolutionary. And of course, the Agbadorians as well, they had to join, because tell me about obsession. Anywhere they see where they are dragging Obi, they will be there. And until when you turn around and then drag thiefnubu, and then that's when you realize that you're not friends. In all of this, since what we have been seeing since yesterday, all right, in all of this, there's one thing that all of you should remember, or should I say, to tell yourselves the truth about. Number one, the contraption can be saved, all right? But there's no harm in trying. No. I mean, I do not even have the kind of influence or power to stop you from trying, okay? And I respect those who are also trying as well, okay? But when people ask, what exactly does Sowore want? Because in response, right, Sowore called him, oh, I just forgot that now. By the way, sorry. A lot of stuff trying to go through my mind anyway. You know, okay, yeah. Sowore called him money-launderer-in-chief by calling Obi a money launderer, referring to Pandora newspaper stuff. And it is so sad, right? For somebody so kind of like endowed, so intelligent enough, right, to get himself to where he is today. I'm talking about Sowore, that he had to, he had to dissipate so much energy, right, in pushing a lie, which he himself knows. And the end goal will be like, what's the end goal? To help thiefnubu decimate any potential kind of like a possible opposition or disruption per se. Because that will be the end goal. Pandora Papers spoke about Peter Obi keeping account in what do you call it, in a tax haven country. He was not accused of stealing any money from anywhere. And what's the story behind that? He publicly told everyone. He said, the moment he decided I was going to go back to Nigeria and join politics to run for the office of governor in Anambra, not only that, he resigned from his own top executive positions in the banks, his own investments here in the UK, he sold them, put them in this tax haven. So what do you think, or what do you read about billionaires in this world? Well, what they do to kind of like, and it is not illegal. It is not illegal. It's like me making tens of millions of pounds here now, right? And I decided not to take it to Nigeria, right? So the moment you see tens of millions of pounds in my bank or worth of my own asset disposed and all that, that simply means that whatever tax that needed to be paid within the UK due to that transaction has been paid. And what happened? The rest of the money is yours. He didn't break any law in the UK. He is not wanted in the UK for any crime. He didn't break any law in Nigeria because he didn't bring his investment. He didn't bring them back to Nigeria. How could anybody be pushing that, like, you know what I mean? And then somebody who is pushing that, you know, when people push these, right, you can say the likes of APC, Ekbekebe. But you, opposition, you're supposed to, you know, like, be busy with the guy in charge. But that's not the definition for Sowore. You know, it is not. While this guy is also, you know, some said that it's because he's jealous of him. I'm like, no, it's not. Why would he be jealous of Obi? No, no. It's just that there is this, what I believe, there is this personal conviction, all right, that probably when he was younger, when he was still younger, a personal conviction that anyone that has been involved in the political office or what have you of Nigeria, right, that he will never associate with them or scratch that. He's associated with some of these criminals too. But that didn't make him their friend, if you want to say, Abi. Okay. So some said that maybe it is still how they, you know, some of us may not even understand how strongly the guys that ganged up against Werey at that time, how strongly they actually hated everything about him, beyond all the exposure and expose. So, like if you still see some of them today, including, have you listened to Aisha Yusufu, that is even close to Peter Obi? Have you heard, have you heard her passionately, emotionally talk about Jolantan? Sometimes you just be like, you know, you could feel it. So it's like some of us do not really we do not really understand how deep the entire war waged against Jonathan. Because remember, when Obi finished as governor in Anambra State, he became an economic advisor to Jonathan. I hope some of you remember that, right? Not that he's accused of as much as many people were accused of stealing money with, during Jonathan's time, he's not accused of any. But Sowore and many others like that, right? They probably still keeps that kind of, because of what they witnessed as well. Because to them, at the time, they believed that the level of profligacy, or what do you call it, looting of Nigeria and the Commonwealth at the time was so criminal that they would have preferred from Jonathan, his wife, and others to like rotting in jail if they had their way, but they didn't. So that's what I think is being transferred, because I just really can't put it together, right? And the passion to which they are pushing some of these false narratives, lies, and it is coming from somebody who was supposed to actually be an opposition too. You may be an opposition to an opposition and say, well, you know what? I disagree with him on this, on this, on that. But there are some other things I agree with him. But in his own way, it is all just like one-way traffic, indescribable, right? And makes it more difficult to say if there will ever be any coercion ever. And what do I mean by that? You know, when they say the united opposition, right? They want to come out and make a demand. For example, in your pre-planned charade right now for 2027. So there should be a little bit of understanding where they can all sort of like force a bit of a fear on the guys who believe that they've conquered, they have no opposition. Because that's exactly what thiefnubu and his own friends in APC inside the Aso Rock today. That's what they told themselves. They have no real opposition. Follow no road. The blah, the blah, the blah. You know? So Sowore is helping people that are being oppressed by the system. Peter Obi is helping the people who have become active victims of the system. They are both doing a lot to win the people to their sides. So what exactly is the difference here? Yesterday, because sometimes you need to ask yourselves, all right, that what exactly attracts people to this Obi? Somebody said Obi is playing retail politics. And I actually went out to go and look that up, retail politics. Like, it's a politician that is never going to go away after election. It's always going to be around. And everywhere he goes, he interacts with a lot of people. The level of the availability interaction can sometimes be compared to what Sowore does too. Like, they have a lot in common, except whatever it is that Sowore's understanding of in opposition means, right? So there was this coffee hangout, okay, and I think it was in Abuja yesterday. So Obi was there, interacting with the same people that you are likely going to call 4 people in a room, faceless people on social media and blah, blah, and all that. Or, now, if for any reason, for some reason, they go ahead to participate in your charade 2027, this is another kind of something I wanted to check out, right? If they go into this their charade of 2027, and they get rigged out, because they are going to get rigged out anyway. So the group that has the potential, right, to actually shut down the entire country, if they are propelled to do so, they are the Obidients. So Sowore, who is pretty much fast in also organizing, you know, what do you call it, protest and the rest of that, will also be very much harmful. So what is it that makes it so difficult for this, especially Sowore, to see through that, right? I'll play you a video. It was at that hangout. This and more is the reason why you may be wondering why are people being so attracted to this guy and not to Sowore. Maybe this can help. One sec.
Everybody here says, we'll vote for you, and you're okay, I'll go away. I don't stay where everybody likes me, because then there's a fake. Yes. There's somebody here who feel like this man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you. If there's anybody that wants to be friends with Obi now, what's Obi now? You see her? Yeah, but that Obi now must not have.
Alright, sir. It's a privilege to meet you.
Thank you.
My name is also Obi now.
Yes.
I also went to Werey.
Ah, interesting.
Yes, sir. So I don't hate you.
No, don't worry.
I don't agree with some of your...
Yes.
Yeah, so I want to ask a question.
Yes.
As the leader of the Labour Party, the Labour Party has been rocked with several crises. What have you done to fix this crisis? Because Nigeria is a very complex country. And if you cannot fix the problem in the Labour Party, how do you intend to fix the problem in Nigeria?
Thank you. Thank you, Obina. Let me tell you. Obina, there's a difference between what is happening in the Labour Party today. It's caused by government deliberately. Put me anywhere. Obina, what is happening in Labour Party and PDP is caused by government. We have had a problem in our party before in the past. And Yar'Adua was president. And I came to him and he told the then INEC chairman, I don't want problem in any party. And we were forced to fix it.
Sir, so two questions. First, what will you do differently, considering the situation of things where Nigeria is as of today, to quickly uplift the living standard of Nigerians if given an opportunity, if you become the president in the first 2 years? That's one. The second one is, would you prefer to still fly the presidential candidate under the Labour Party or under the People Democratic Party?
I'll still continue in Labour, to run in Labour Party. Because the reality is that I'm a Labour Party member. But today, in all the parties, there's a problem. And these are deliberate problems created by the system. Quote me anywhere. It is deliberate problem created by the system. These are some of the things I want to clean up. If I had the opportunity, every party would have been functional very well. Because you can't have a system to work unless you have strong opposition.
We have about 774 local governments.
Yes.
And based on the past election, there were no representative around. What are you putting in place now so that the next election there will be representative to cover the 179,000 polling units?
Thank you. Let me be honest with you. It is people. Even if we pay agents, they can decide not to. We pay the other person. But we're going to do that. We're going to make sure that all the polling booths are. But most important is the people. It's the people that will say no. You know, it's the people that will say we can't continue this way. And they'll stop it.
Sir, 2023, I was one of the people that campaigned for you vigorously in my community. Among my family, only me, I voted for you. But after the election, and when the result was announced, I was mocked. I was embarrassed that, you see now, PA to be. Now, I believe that our votes will not counted. I want to tell you that 2027, what can you tell us? Let us know that 2027, our votes is going to be carried, so that we will not be discouraged. Because I believe, as you are here, many people here were discouraged that 2027 did not vote. What do you want to tell us that to make us to vote again and again and again?
Don't be discouraged. When you bring a change, you have for enemy all those who live off the old order. They are all to combine and be your enemy. And those who are not sure you succeed, which is tiny members, are not going to fight for you. But don't give up. Because we require a change. Yeah.
For some of us who are aspiring to be politicians in the future, how do you coexist with people who do not agree with your mandate? Because we see the pictures, and also how long do you intend to keep running for presidency, so we know how long we can keep this battle going?
Okay. I don't want to say what people will hear, they won't even support me again. But I can tell you, it is my belief that this thing, we should even have retirement age for it. I don't want to be running for office. By 2027, I'll be 65 years old, as at the time of the election. And if, for example, they do it north and south, so if it didn't come to me, if I was not lucky, it will go north 2031. The next time it's coming to south is 2039. Am I right? Yes. I'll be about 77 years. I wouldn't want to do any election. It will make a mess of it. I don't want to do that. However, the way I operate today, and I don't hide it, is that I'll keep supporting those of you who wants to bring a change with whatever resources I have. But it's not me running again. There must be a time to go.
So I want to encourage you. You are getting there. Don't give up.
Everybody here says.
Right. Now, I share that with you because in today's time, in today's, what do you call it, world, the devices that we all hold in our hands and all that, and the messages that come through them, they are faster than the speed of light. Or maybe it's actually like the speed of light. All those short engagements, conversations, question and answers, and stuff like that, they are things that actually sells in. Do you understand? Even if you are his worst critic, if you have a chance of having to engage him and the rest of that, you see, he has made himself so available enough that the entire system has become so obsessed. Their best prayer, of course, is that there should ever be a new coalition. The coalition that Sowore called the homeless coalition. It's like homeless politicians, you know, because all the political parties have problems, which everybody knows, of course, have the hand of the thiefnubu and his regime for a reason best known to them. A strong opposition is needed. Of course, Sowore as a presidential candidate, as the AAC chairman. So he himself somehow is kind of like isolating himself. Is like, you want to be president of Nigeria, and there are state representatives of this AAC too, okay, who for some reason, right, or let's say possibly because of a lack of proper resources, right, they have not been able to make any real impression to show that, you know, they will be contentious for the whole country in 2023. INEC only allocated 14,000 votes to Sowore. That's ridiculous, right? So Obi is practicing retail politics. I think it is called. Is it called retail politics? Yeah, retail politics. And somehow, especially those of you who are their supporters, when you listen to, I've been seeing somebody writing in the comments calling Obi fraud. Another one is calling Sowore fraud. This is the problem. I mean, if anybody is doing any form of a research on what I have this topic I'm, discussing right now, just go through the comment section right now, and you would have all their supporters. It's the same words. None of them want to listen to themselves. They are all accusing themselves of almost the same thing. Obi is working for thiefnubu. Sowore is working for thiefnubu. There is no picture at all, not to talk of any bigger picture on both sides. I understand that when it comes to those who have the real clouds to push, they are the Obidients who give that to you. And somehow, right, Sowore is not also a pushover. I mean, if it is actually a working system, there's no chance that Sowore will score 14,000 votes in the whole country. But yeah, for what it is. So you are both there attacking yourselves. And as for the APC, do they have to do anything? Nothing. And even me that is discussing this with you, there's almost nothing I can also do. But somehow, right, I can possibly help, the bystanders, the observers to understand the reason why thiefnubu and his gang have, no politicians have been so lucky like this APC. Fortunately, because if the Sowore group says, let us go and challenge the governments, the Obidients will say, no, we're not joining them. If the Obidients say, so let us go and, you know what I mean? Possibly the revolutions now will say no too. So how lucky do you think somebody can actually really get than what this thiefnubu and his gang have been blessed with? So I don't know how long this is going to last, but somehow, opposition to opposition, right, is something that if Sowore really have advisors, this is the best time for him to actually begin to engage people. You see, politicians try to win over people from the other side. They don't try to lose people to the other side. In my view, majority of you are just unbelievable, but that then will take me back to where I started from. That's at the end of the day, there is likely something all of you are going to agree. And that will be like that contraption can never be helped. Because majority of you that are yearning to want to help the contraption, majority of you also need help to understand who your real enemy is and put together a concentrated effort to neutralize your enemy. Do you get that now? So until then, I will be here. And briefly, by the way, updates. Today, a quick one. Today, the supposed persecution, the trial of Mazi Kanu continued. And, of course, in their usual manner, the DSS and their lawyer representing Nigeria decided to introduce the usual delay tactics until the judge became very kind of like upset, like angry, to remind all of them that the reason why he ordered for a very speedy trial of or a trial of Mazi Kanu is because the big man has been subjected to an inhuman treatment for so long that it has become so much like deliberate and intentional, not just anything to do with the law. So today, the judge, Omotocho, told the defense team, the DSS and their crew, right, that they have 6 days to wrap up all their shenanigans. And in fact, they have to stop calling all these meaningless witnesses. So they need to pick in 2 weeks the convenient or, the comfortable 6 days that will work for them. 6 days to wrap it up. And if they can't wrap it up in 6 days, he will declare a weak case and dismiss the entire case. It won't be the first time, and hopefully it will be the last time. We all know they have no real case, right? But today in court.
I'm distracted. They've not gone. Back on again.
It is well. I'm no priest, no.
Good morning.
We have been expecting you. Well done. To join us. Nice meeting you, members of the media. I greet you all.
Where water?
Water, just drop the bag.
What is that?
No, that is. No, come on, go ahead. We're not waiting. Okay, sir.
Thank you. Yet, the cross-examination of the second prosecution witness was concluded today, and the court has adjourned the matter for 6 days. We're back on the 28th of May, the 29th of May, 6 June, 16 June, 18 June, and 19 June for the prosecution to continue to present their case. And that's good.
Don't ask, no, man, I'm not asking.
With the pace that the government is going, are you satisfied?
No, we have said it.
Uchen and Jok.
So, the supposed transcription of the questioning also of the defense witness was also scrapped, unfortunately, except the quote of the judge of Motosho. Let me show you what the guy looks like. So the guy that is currently sitting on the retrial of Mazi and Kanu. And right there in the courtroom as well, right? You heard that you heard that the lead counsel for today, defense counsel. So the case has been adjourned to the 28th, 29th in May, and then to another 4 days in June. So they have 2 weeks Yeah, 2 weeks to wrap it up. So back in the courtroom, it was reported that the daughter of one of the defense lawyers, Mazi, did you hear that part where he said mad people everywhere, right? That we're going to win them, right? Anyway, so he sent his condolences to one of his lawyers who lost his daughter who just passed passed her by exams, then died in a gas motor accident. So here is a message from Mazi and Kanu to that lawyer. Just a compassionate one, you know what I mean?
Sending this very condolence message to my dear brother, Ndume sick, because Onyeki on the loss of the daughter. Because I'm praying for God to sustain and keep this very family. They are very important, not just to me as a person, but to the entire Igbo race and to the entire the second daughter. The second daughter being lost in 2 years. So we are praying to Obi Gbajue that all these things will stop, that the grace of God will find this very family. Because Onyeki Gbajue is a very good man, he's a man of the law, he's a very good man, and he deserves our commendation and our blessing at this point. May the grace of God be upon the family. Amen.
Amen. Throwback to when the Court of Appeal absolved Mazi and Kanu of any crime. Bit of a throwback to that one.
Everything we've covered in the program and beyond. And today I'm joined here in the studio by the public affairs commentator, Arise News analyst, and head of mass communication at Bayes University in Abuja, Professor Abiodun Adeniyi. And also with me is Toby Shoniyi, who's Arise judiciary editor. Both of you, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Indeed. And I want to kick off with this news that broke a few hours ago. Nigeria's appeal court dropping all charges against the separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu after ruling that he had been illegally arrested abroad. The court also ruled that his extradition had been illegal. What's your assessment of that?
Yeah, thank you, Charles. I think it's a good day for Nigeria. It's a good day for rule of law. If you read the judgment, the appeal court, it's very clear that if you want to prosecute someone, you must follow the law. Because the essence of prosecution is to establish the law, follow the law. But bringing somebody illegally, the federal government disobey Nigerian local laws, disobey international law. We have treaty with Kenya, we have with Great Britain. If they want to try Nnamdi Kanu, there are legal process they should have followed to bring him in. You don't just go and kidnap him. So, and in law, we say that you cannot put something on nothing. Since the process through which he was brought into Nigeria was flawed, there is no way the trial could have continued in the first instance. So, I think the court deserves to be commended. We've always called for rule of law, and today the appeal court has upheld rule of law, and they send clear signal to the government that they will not allow such illegality.
I'm going to come back to that matter in a minute, but let me bring you in Professor Adeniyi, because of course he was the leader of the banned Indigenous People of Biafra IPOB group. IPOB has been campaigning for the creation of an independent state in southeastern Nigeria. What happens to all of that now?
Well, I think the judgment today is very going to be
everything we've covered in the.
The judgment simply means that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has done nothing. You know, or thiefnubu inherited that. He inherited Boko Haram's crime, and he continued. You know what I mean? Because this whole retrial, this persecution and the rest is so unnecessary. His demand, his campaign, a non-violent campaign for Biafra referendum. That is democratic. You know? Unfortunately, the people who are supposed to protect him, right, are those who prefer to throw him under the bus. The Igbo governors, the Igbo political class, the Igbo elite, they are watching all of this. Credit to some of them, because we see some of them who are standing by, but they do not really pull any weight, so to say, right? The Igbo politicians.
Anambra Kanu. Anambra Kanu. Igbo Kanu. God bless you. Anambra Kanu. Anambra Kanu. Igbo Kanu. God bless you.
That's a call, the decade symbol of Anambra. Today in the Asshole Rocker Villa. It was, I pat your back, you pat my back, praise singing galore for Kolu, where they had the APC convention or something. It was there was a pass of vote of confidence in him that Nigeria is doing so well. They even compared him to Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore. They said thiefnubu is Lee Kuan Yew of Nigeria. Let's go inside that, what have you? Because the APC governor, so APC senators, so APC rep members, so including those who just joined them, all of them in the room endorsed their thiefnubu for second time, as if to say they have a choice. Do they have any choice? Let's go into that room.
Members of the Progressive Governors Forum met in my lodge and took far-reaching decisions to bring to the leadership and members of our great party, taking advantage of this summit, that we are satisfied with the midterm review and performance evaluation report of the reviewed Hope Agenda, that we are aware that the Nigerian nation is moving in the right direction economically, socially, and politically, and that we are convinced that under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, Nigeria will get to her destination faster in prosperity. We acknowledge the resolution of these governors that the president should be used and be adopted as our flag bearer for 2027 presidential election for his second term in office. To move that this August Assembly adopt and concur the position of progressive governors that Mr. President carries our flag 2027 and governors take responsibility for delivering this mandate. I so move.
I rise to second the motion as ably moved by the chairman of Progressive Governors Forum, the governor of Imo State, His Excellency Hope Uzodinma, that this August gathering pass a vote of confidence on our able and amiable president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as a sole candidate of APC come 2027 general election.
The political sagacity of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in view of the fact that despite very difficult times, he has been able to set Nigeria on a path of growth, confirmed by the International Monetary Fund. In view of the fact that Nigerians are grassroots people, are very excited. In view of the fact that even the members of the National Assembly and senators said they have never had it this good. The leadership of the House of Reps should join me. I want all the members of the National Assembly of the APC extraction to stand up wherever they are. I want the distinguished senators to stand up where they are. And you will echo what I'm going to say. Those who love you will also join. I want to move, and let it be moved, that not only will President Bola Ahmed Tinubu be a sole candidate for the presidency in 2027, but he will also be a sole candidate for the whole Nigerian population, because all other political parties have been torn into shreds. I went to my state and I saw the umbrella at the PDP. It has over 100 holes. And so very soon you will hear. I'm not the one to break the news. But I know the national chairman has already broken the news that everything in the South-South has collapsed for you. And that is the same thing that is happening in the nation. Nigerians are saying that because you have done a difficult job well, that it is time for us to reward you by sending you back to the presidency for a second term in office. I move, therefore, as the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that Mr. President return, one, as a candidate of the APC unopposed, and secondly, as the next president for a second term come 2027. I so move. Listen to that voice. That's the voice of the Senate President. I so move. Mr. Speaker.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and I stand on behalf of the whole entire 109 senators, 360 members, and all the 36 speakers and their members to second this very important motion moved by the Senate President Asosekon.
Distinguished colleagues, right honorable members, members of the houses of assemblies across Nigeria, those in support of the motion, seconded rightly by the right honorable Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas, PhD, GCON. Those in support, give me your voice and say, aye. And those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Ìgbà kan máa dé, àsìkò kọ́ṣe ń bọ̀ wá, ìgbà kan máa dé, àsìkò kọ́ṣe ń bọ̀ wá, tólórò máa sáré, ọlọ́pàá máa sáré, ayé máa sáré, ẹyẹ tí ò dúró rere máa sáré, àlórà máa sáré, HS tí kò mọ kankan máa sáré, everybody máa sáré, gbogbo wa pátá máa sáré, ìgbà.
Àsìkò yẹn máa dé. That's, you know what, right? In that gathering, when I was watching all that, I felt like they were just mocking all of you. Because Akwabiole actually moved the motion. Okay. Anyway, so he actually moved the motion to say not that thiefnubu will be the sole candidate of APC, he is also going to be your candidate, because by that time, you probably will have no political party to field any candidates. They are confident. They said all the parties are in tatters. Everybody is for you. Everybody is coming to you. You need to hear that of a Gandola. He is their national chairman. Gandola, somebody will say, normal. If Sharia, they be Sharia. Gandola supposed to put a meta right now. They collect Bambi Allah. Bambi Allah. Sharia, Bambi Allah. Because they could not make Kuturu is 2 hands. Because now 2 hands, they take collect bribe that time. They could not make Kuturu and collect all the loot from him, send him to jail. So once he come out of jail, they will send him on a pilgrimage to Lagos, a Butemeta, on that bridge. So I say, no big Gadus be this. Once you see him, say, no big Gandola be this. Say, na Gandola, I want life. This life bad though. Sharia turn out to this. But that is the national chairman of the cartel, where thiefnubu the druggie is their leader. They are just mocking all of you. His minister of health, right, came out, he came out and he said, 35 million Nigerians are currently enjoying national health insurance from thiefnubu's regime. All right. And then antenatal. Is that what it's called? Antenatal. For women in Nigeria is now free under thiefnubu. They were rolling out achievement upon achievement. Port Harcourt refinery is now working. What do you call it? Warri Refinery is now working. Nigeria Naira is now stable from 200 Naira to $1, 199 Naira to $1 to what it is today, 1,000, nearly 1,700 Naira to $1. But Naira is stable. The economy is stable right now. The inflation is down. It was like a pressing moment. Listen to that part of a Gandola.
The unwavering support of distinguished members of both the Senate and the House of Representatives under the esteemed leadership of His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, and Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, GCON, respectively. Your partnership and legislative backbone have been instrumental in advancing reforms that empower the people and strengthen our democracy. I want to specifically appreciate the Progressive Governors Forum as well as the Nigerian Governors Forum under the leadership of His Excellency Senator Hope Ozodinma, COM, and His Excellency Abdurrahman Abdurazak, respectively, as well as our frontline ambassadors of good governance at the sub-national levels. These distinguished leaders have not only upheld the ideals of the APC in their various states, but they have also served as pillars of stability, innovation, and national unity. In moments of national challenge, the PGF has consistently supported the party's national structure, played critical roles.
Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to waste your time. Kolu also addressed them. Kolu said that, you know what, he took a very critical decision about Nigeria. There are some people, they were pressuring him and pressuring him. They thought he was going to change his mind. So he didn't change his mind. So now everything is coming back to normal. Lee Kuan Yew, Decade Simba, Anambra.
And progress. Together, we pledge to confront Nigerian challenges head-on by rebuilding the trust, fostering prosperity, and restoring our nation's economic health. Today, I am proud to affirm that our economic reforms are working. There's nothing good that comes easy. All of you have been through life. I only throw a little casual decision to make it easy at the beginning. The subsidy is gone and was gone. It was gone for the good of this country. We couldn't just afford to spend the future of our children and unborn babies ahead of their birth. You don't commit abortion after the baby is born. That's murder. Through our Renew Hope agenda, our administration pledged to tackle economic instability, improve security nationwide, reduce corruption, reform governance, and lift our people out of poverty. How fast will you have reconstructed this country if you allow the arbitrage in the exchange rates to continue? That is the grandmother, father of corruption. You could see FCC recovering over 750 something houses from one person. locally here. Yes, we encountered challenges when we assumed office in May 2023. But we have made progress by implementing difficult, long overdue, but necessary economic reforms. We have removed corruption-laden arbitrage, fuel subsidy, eliminating the arbitrage-driven multiple foreign exchange, together with our far-reaching tax reform. I hope the bills are passed and will be on their way. Senate President, Speaker, where are those tax reform bills? Because of the reforms, our country now attracts greater foreign direct investment that will ultimately create jobs and produce much needed goods and services that will significantly improve the standard of living of our people. Implementing these reforms, we invariably offended powerful elites. I can tell you at this junction, at that particular time, I got addicted to reading all the criticism and watching more televisions to see their comments. Those selfish elites today must salute the courage of every one of you. Salute Nigerians for their perseverance, their patience, their resiliency. Thank our brothers who stood firmly believing us. They fought us with everything at their disposal. Anambra Kanu. Anambra Kanu. Igbo Kanu. God bless you. Anambra Kanu. Anambra Kanu. Igbo Kanu. God bless you.
I know I should have warned you, right? That's what I meant when I said that they were actually telling themselves that they are doing fine. When it is convenient, right? He's going to claim responsibility. I removed subsidy. I took decisions, right? But whenever the pang of that hit the people and they raised their voices again and all that, they said, no, it didn't remove it. So, right? It was removed by Bokwari. He only announced it. If nobody is talking about some selfish elite, did you see that? You know, shall know. You know. So he said, when his reforms as upset some powerful elites in Nigeria. There's no other person there is no other group that is possibly mad than the guys who just left, the Boko Haram's men, the CPC guys, because what you just did is just to swap them while the destruction continues, the looting. He's referring to the 753 houses, that they claimed to have confiscated from Emefiole, the former CBN governor, as their own fight against corruption. But right now, in that room, Abbas, they just supervised another greatest heist against Nigeria and Nigerians. So in their 2025 budget, they've inserted over 7 trillion naira frivolous, bogus projects, money that is just going to go into private pockets, right from Akpabiole down to the last bit. thiefnubu said his reforms has attracted investors and they have created jobs. You know, something is that they won't give you number because it doesn't exist. The real statistics available out there show the decline, right? But they continue to make projections though. Like what happened is that we expect to grow. Nobody will trust you. We expect to grow by 3%, by 4%. Oh, Nigeria grew by 4% last year. But yet, an average person in Nigeria can't afford to buy a meal. Do you know what I mean? So I told somebody, I said, if your country's government policies, if they are working right, the example will be you. They don't need to pay anybody to tell you. You are going to be the living example. It says something about security. Shema, you mad. Because it's not well. The demented Kanu is talking about security. In Benue State, see, come on. We are talking about the increase. Even the supposed Borno governor, right, Zulum, who came out there to say the Boko Haram they have regrouped and they are waxing stronger, destroying base to base, from community to community, and somehow they have overwhelmed the Nigerian army. A governor said that too. Guess what? They attacked him, called him names. Shut up your mouth. You want to spoil the name of me? The government of a call, on and on like that. So that's the same guy who is telling himself that everything is fine. I understand that you may want to sound positive, right? But come on, man. Like you are actually telling yourself that all these happenings, right? They are not happening. But it's called Shashe, you get. So they are not only feeding you lies, they are feeding themselves too. Unfortunately, they are also getting high on their own lies. Unfortunately. And yeah, here is another one. Within that same Senate, this time not as Old Rock, Villara, it is now their Senate. They have a hearing. So they invited Werey Wike, okay? You know, Werey Wike started an operation where he's been arresting beggars in Abuja, deporting them to any near far northern states, right? So he went there to defend his budget, their 2025 budget, which has already been kind of like approved and signed. I don't even know what budget again they're talking about. Maybe supplementary, an extra, all right? So it was around that time that Ndume, the Borno senator, right, advised Werey Wike to build IDP camps or maybe beggars camp and house all these beggars, give them food, give them money, medication, and send their children to school, rather than just be arresting them and deporting them. Werey Wike's response supposed to shock me, but not to shock me. He categorically responded and told the guy, I wouldn't want to bring Boko Haram to Abuja. Like beggars, look. Okay. The exchanges, if you don't mind.
Why are you laughing? Look, this is Senate. Don't be joking with us. Okay.
No boxing gloves.
No, he was my former friend, you know. Well, what you are doing is visible. It's not something hidden. So there is no need bothering to say that you are doing well. Everybody that knows where Abuja was 2 years ago and now know that we have done well. But my problem is, every time, even yesterday, my friend told me that Wike is doing fine. I said, no, it is the Senate that is doing fine, because without approving his budget, he cannot do anything. Now you have said it, and we'll continue to support you in that regard. But my main observation, as I said, and it's serious, what distinguished Senator Ningi said, is about security. And I'm suggesting that instead of the police coming out at 4 o'clock to be causing go slow, you should introduce picketing. They do that in Cairo. What I mean by picketing is that from 6 o'clock or 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening, you deposit or post police at every like 200 meters. In every street, there will be after 200 meters, there should be one police sitting down there or standing there till in the morning. That way, the presence of the police alone secures the night, and they can leave in the morning. That is very, very important. Secondly, about the issue of health. Even today, the patient was taken to Asokoro Hospital. They don't have that is what I don't know. You are not minister of federal government, you are minister of FCT. It's in the FCT. So no, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All of them are under you. So if it is just, or what of the Asokoro Hospital, is it under you or somebody else? Eh? Asokoro, I can see even your budget here. Asokoro District Hospital, please take note. District Hospital? Yes. They don't have, as it is now, they don't have MRI, they don't have CT scan. And I think this is something, I'm sure it's not, you are not aware. If you are aware, you would have done something about it, and you need to do something about it. Lastly, FCT, are you with me? It's about the indigents or the displaced persons roaming in Abuja. It is not enough as Nigerians driving them, arresting them. What you need to do is to do what the Kanu state government did as far back as in the 70s. That is picking the indigents, if you know, and you have a camp where you can feed and train them so that they will be off the street. If you have something like that already, that's fine. But it's very important because before somebody comes to the street to beg, it means he has nothing to eat. So if you can have a camp that would provide them such facilities, train them, and then take them off the streets through that transitional method, is better. It doesn't matter, but they are all Nigerians. Are you not coming from everywhere? That's my suggestion.
Chairman, my brother said I need to talk about indigenous. Not indigenous, what happened in this is federal capital territory. It's not like a state per state. It's not like a state per state. You've got this federal capital territory. The way Kanu, the way Rival, the way Sokoto, the way Ondo will not be the same way that will happen in the FCT. Those you are talking about, they are not indigenous. They are not indigenous. People come from everywhere to just talk about the whole of FCT. And you are saying that because we should that people, if they have work, it's not correct. That those who believe that they will continue to beg. That is the truth of the matter. And we'll tell ourselves a simple truth. As a city like this, with a federal capital territory, where you have all the international bodies where they reside, it will be difficult for you to follow that kind of pattern. And we don't want for us to say, let's keep them social areas and then train them for this job and that. The FCT cannot handle that. We cannot handle that and let the truth be told. As regards to health, MRI, in fact, as of yesterday, we had the FCT executive committee, which will approve that you go and buy CT scan and this thing, because the budget of 2024 will be ending in June. June ending. So yesterday, they will approve that there must be immediate procurement of the MRI and the CT scan. So that has been taken care of. Now, you talk about security. Also, understand that this is where the president resides, where every corporate headquarters is here. The IG is here. The National Security Officer is here. the chief of army staff, the chief of defense staff is here. We don't have that autonomy as per autonomy to take the entire security architecture of FCT to where the president is here. And so for you to take some of these security steps, you must work in synergy with the national security advisor. You cannot on your own. Mind you, don't have an assembly to make law. It's a national assembly.
This is the assembly now.
No, what I'm trying to say is that it is not as easy as we are saying. If you go to House of Reps, if you go to the Senate, unlike where you have your own state assembly, where you can sit with them from time to time and say, look, we have this problem. So you don't put out like other states that you want to do this and it will be that way. Now, the CCTV you are talking about was never done by FCT. We have no hand in it. About the police something. Now we have sat down with the National Security Advisor, with the GGSSS, with the IG. Look, as where it is today, what do we do as per the total security of FCT? You cannot put CCTV on our own where the president stays, where the president works. It's not possible. And that requires the collaboration of the national budget and the statutory budget. And you know, we must tell ourselves the politics is too much. It's not easy. It's not easy. You know, even the security agencies, you know. Not to talk about just FCT. Somebody said even for me. Who told you that? Who told you that things are not?
So that was them. Now, leaving their conversation within that space, I probably have a clip of Akwabiole reprimanding the EFCC, not directly, but again, this may be another time you are probably going to, oh, no, don't agree with him because he's just modeling the whole thing together. The harassment of private citizens is calling the investigation and the arrest or whatever it is of the public or the politicians as same as harassment of private citizens. This week is mine.
For me, I don't think we should waste time with the FCC. We need to take a thorough look at the FCC and look at whether the act setting up the EFCC even allows them to function, because there's too much discretion. I don't see how the EFCC will go and arrest a former governor and come through the rooftop as if they are taking Pablo Escobar. And for you, that is investigation. Because outside this country, sometimes they can follow somebody for 5 to 10 years until they establish evidence before they invite that person. But they keep embarrassing people's children, traumatizing the children, stigmatizing people because they had the opportunity to be in public office. And even within the FCC, properties that you recover, monies you recover are stolen. People's properties that are supposed to be in your care are stolen and sold out at ridiculous prices. Properties worth 5 billion are sold for 300 naira because it is EFCC. So for me, EFCC, I have my own opinion about it. For me, I don't think we should waste time with the EFCC. We need to take a thorough look at the EFCC and look at whether the act setting up the EFCC even allows them.
So that's them sending a coded message that it's like we need to cut down their power now. You know, we may have immunity right now, being protected, but if another person grab the power and we do not have such coverage anymore, then we may become the next target. That's a man who stole over 4 trillion naira in NDDC when he was a minister. He's also the same guy who looted over 107 billion naira when he was governor of Akwa Ibom. He's the number 3 man in Nigeria today. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's a place where criminality is so rewarded. Talking about security, by the way, a young girl who was kidnapped in Yaba West, I heard, in Kogi State, or finally got not rescued, ransom paid and all that. She has now given, an information that could be very, very, very vital to what could happen in the coming days. According to her, she was kidnapped while she was on a bike, herself and a bike man, by the supposed Fulani terrorists, until when she got to their camp and she realized that these are not just these are not Fulanis. Then, from what she observed, what they were saying, and all of that she could, pretty much like grasp, put it that way, made her believe, or they made her believe that they are not kidnappers. That primarily there was somebody they wanted to kidnap from that community for a reason. Or since they waited and they didn't see him and they were coming, they just took them in his place. That they were actually fighters, jihadists, coming to attack a part of a Kogi state because a Kara market is actually a cow market, isn't it? Has been shot by the people of that area, and therefore they will pay for it. Story that somehow is a mix of something like a traumatic experience, as well as a little bit of lower understanding of what the terrorists actually possess. But she managed to say the following. Maybe you should watch and listen. It is an interview conducted by somebody, a journalist, that visited the young girl.
So my daughter, how are you? Fine. What is your name?
My name is Fish.
How old are you?
Sir?
How old are you? Your age?
18 years.
18 years. Are you in school?
No.
Okay. So now kindly tell me what happened. What and what you saw inside the bush when you were being kidnapped. Tell me the story.
The story is that the place that they carry us to go, I don't know the place. But
how are you being kidnapped? What happened? Where did they see you and they kidnapped you? I want you to start from that.
On Sunday, in the evening time, we are going to Egbe, and we are going to Egbe. After going to Egbe in the evening, and we saw two kidnappers in the road. Then stop us. That was to stop.
Are you trekking or you are inside the car?
Machine.
Okay, on top of machine.
Yeah.
You and who?
Yeah, one bike. I don't know.
Okay, you just carry a bike.
Yeah.
Where did you carry the bike? From?
Okura.
Okay.
Going to Egbe. And after they stop us, they say we should not talk anything that there is one person that they want to kidnap.
Okay.
And then wait till 8 o'clock, they don't see the person, and they say that they goes to kidnap us.
Okay.
After they kidnap us, they now tight our face.
You and the Okada man?
Yeah.
What is the name of the boy? You don't know them?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
After they tied our face, and they now carry us inside one bush. Go. After we stop that, we saw the second one. The second person is to carry us again. We are now going inside bush. After we reach there, we saw many people there.
Many kidnappers there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then tie their face. They don't show their face. In the evening.
In the evening time? Okay. But are you able to see their weapons? Their guns? Did they carry weapons?
Yes.
They carry weapons. What type of weapons?
AK.
AK-47.
AK-47 and different bombs. They have a bomb.
Bomb?
Yeah, and they have a pistol, small one, and different AK. They say the name of one gun, they used to call it Gabazin.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, that is, they call it AA.
Okay.
So,
and they now say they are not kidnapper, then that they come to fight me. That there is Boko Haram. And then they say that we are that then they just say Egbe and Udrere. Yes.
They're on target, okay. They want to come and attack Egbe and Odori.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they told me that Bank Odori, that one day them still enter there. And Egbe, after enter there, they will now come to Egbe to come and fight that. Then close this thing, Kara.
That they close Kara, so because of that they will come and attack one of the bank.
Yes,
okay.
And they say that anytime they enter Egbe, na bomb, they will now bomb everywhere. That if I have family in Egbe that I've told my family that to come out there, that one day they are going to come to Egbe.
Okay. They get army uniform?
Yes.
Okay.
Then get army uniform, soldier.
Okay.
Then the time where I can't, there is like 70, they will pass ma.
Okay, they pass 70 myself.
They pass.
Okay. Okay. So how many days you spend with them?
8 days.
8 days. Okay. Before they release you. Okay. Thank you. How much did your parents pay for the ransom?
My parents say 60 million. After they now say that 10 million.
Okay.
And after they now say 1 million.
Okay.
That's where am I from? I say, they asked me that am I from Egbe? I say no. Odrere, I say no. Then say Tusa, I say okay. Then say okay. That's I say we say na Egbe, then kill them.
If say na Egbe, they will do what?
They will kill.
They will kill you. Okay. So now it automatically they hate Egbe. Okay. So how much did they pay for your release? 1 million naira. Helicopter come to that place? What time?
6 o'clock to 7 sharp.
6 o'clock to 7. Okay.
But I did not see the helicopter, but the time that we are hearing helicopter sound, they just tight our face.
Okay.
Carry us.
Come out
there.
Okay.
And after they come, they happy, they carry gun, plenty gun, this thing. Just they are picture that helicopter carry.
Okay. But that place where they carry you to, you cannot be able to go to the place. It's far inside the bush. Okay.
There is feed there. Feed is there.
Football field?
No.
Okay, fish.
Field.
Okay, field. Okay, large field. Okay. 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 Is there any other victims inside their hideout, or you're the only person who they carry?
Sir?
Is there any other people again where they kidnap?
At least 7.
Okay, 7 people.
After them, they kill 2 persons.
Okay, inside the hideout.
Yes.
Why did they kill them? What happened?
Nothing. We just kill them like that. The second one then kill. They say the parents say that she don't have money.
Oh, okay, so
and they say they don't need their parents' money again.
Okay, okay.
And now kill. The second one, I don't know. They just kill her, no reason.
Is it man or be woman? Where they
Man.
kill? Nah, man. The two of them, they are men. Okay. So when do you know the time? When did they kidnap you? Do you know the date? It has been long. On the 27th of. Okay, okay, okay. So well done. God bless you. Thank you.
That's a young girl, 18-year-old woman who was kidnapped, and they demanded for 60 million naira. But they didn't have that money. So they paid a 1 million naira ransom. But her life was spared because she's not from the 2 communities that they intend to attack in the nearest future. So she's there to remind them that they are going to attack these communities and their community. And they have advised the people in that community to possibly vacate the area. Helicopters, dropping weapons, food for these terrorists is not new. It's only ones that we have seen them make video of that. And they did it so well enough that we couldn't see the tail number. The last one we saw, police said they were doing training with vigilantes in the forest. That last video I shared with you. They were like, what was the helicopter doing in the forest, right? But the police said it was them, police. 2 guys were arrested, right? In Delta, I believe. One of them is a soldier, the other one is a prison official, but they both are dressed like Nigerian army or Nigerian soldiers. Traveled down to the eastern part of Nigeria to kidnap somebody, took his car, his money, but they were caught. Soldiers. You know, people have said that if you speak to the victims of kidnapping in Nigeria, as well as their family members who paid ransoms, they will tell you that most of these kidnappings actually, or the ransom payment usually takes place in spots that are not far, from the police or military checkpoints, making the people to question the kind of, security you have in that contraption. That wouldn't sense these kidnappers, or maybe they are actually working together, right? Listen to this.
My name is Ibrahim Adamusa.
Who are you?
I'm in Nigerian Navy.
Where do you serve?
I'm serving in Warri.
Where?
Warri, Delta State.
Okay. Who is this?
Nigerian Correctional Service.
What do you serve?
Kaduna, sir.
What did bring you come Delta State?
I go course.
Continue talking.
I go course. And I follow my friend place. And this happen.
Nothing happened. You come Delta, come visit your friend.
Yes, sir.
Who be this your friend? What is the name?
Adamu Ibrahim.
Adamu Ibrahim. Now you come visit. Which work Adamu Ibrahim they work?
He's a soldier.
He's a soldier. What will be your service number?
My service number is 2126.
Call on again.
2126.
2126.
Which
area are you?
I'm 30 AK.
30? 30 what?
AK.
30
AK.
AK.
Atila. Inside the Navy, will be which area you specialize on? What they recruit you? Are you a driver or mechanic?
Driver and mechanic, sir.
Okay, specialist.
Specialist. What specialist? You will be civil correctional service. Now this uniform are they wear?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir.
Who can give you this uniform when you wear?
It's my friend.
What will happen before you give you?
I say one go see one guy, one young boy.
Okay.
Tonight we go meet him.
Okay.
Tonight he give me the clothes I wear.
Now you come here. Okay. Yes. What will happen from there?
We collected him car.
Yes.
And moved with the car.
What of your phone?
I collected his phone again.
What of money?
And he transfer money for us.
How much?
400,000.
Okay. How much does your hand?
No,
400,000. How much they transfer to your account?
400,000.
Why wanna collect the money for the boy hand?
We threaten him.
Wanna threaten him?
Yes, I let him give us the money. We will leave him.
Talk like that.
We will threaten him, let him give us the money. We will leave him. After he give us the money, we will now drop him and carry the cargo.
We now drop on and carry the cargo.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who you want give the car to?
One Alaji for Abuja.
Alaji for Abuja?
Yes, sir.
You know his name?
No, I only know him with Alaji Kadila.
Kadila. Yes, and you know a house?
Yes, sir. I know his car.
Now you can't stand. Okay. You tell your friend Abdul Wahab say when they go for robbery.
Yes, no, I just only tell him that we want to go and meet
somebody, but you not tell us now.
My name is Ibrahim Adamusa.
Who are you?
I'm in Nigerian Navy.
So a young man was targeted by these guys, dressed as a soldiers, traveled down to Delta, and they got their guy, took his car, forced him to send them money. The only thing that is not added to that conversation is that they also killed him. I mean, to cover up, to cover up their crime. Somebody who is in Nigerian Navy, another one who is working with the Nigerian prison. They are just that will probably be law-abiding. You get, like law-abiding. But they are criminals. They are everywhere. And you go into the police, people are not joining the Nigerian police simply because they are patriotic. They want to protect the people. People are not joining Nigerian army simply because they are so in love with Nigeria that they want to defend Nigeria. Majority of them are joining all these places because they have no real job. There is no employment. Fortunately, many of them ended up being disappointed, and they then take the anger out on the people that they are supposed to protect. You know what I mean? Criminals everywhere. Criminals. You know? Yesterday we're here kind of like mourning the killing of a 14-year-old boy by these same unscrupulous elements, overzealous criminals in uniform, shooting discriminately everywhere, like until a young boy got shot and killed. Same thing happened, by the way, in Benue State. I don't even know why I got to hear about that so late. Until these people came out yesterday to seek justice for a young woman that got killed by the police, almost in the same manner like they killed that boy in Ibadan.
Some days ago, one of our own was cut short, allegedly by a police bullet, and the news went viral. People were angry, people were not happy, but from the side of we the youth, I was able to calm my mates down, and I told them that we're going to hit the street to protest our anger and our grievances over the death of Emmanuela Ahenji. She only went out for a hangout. She had the right to life, just like every other person had the right to life. We are not happy with men of the Nigerian Police Benue State Command. If most of you here that know me know that I've been fighting the incessant activities of some men of the Nigerian Police since 2010. I have been arrested, I have been beaten. 3 months ago, police kidnapped me in Wussetu in Abuja and drove me overnight to Makudi for a crime I knew nothing about. But I didn't come to the streets. I didn't hit the streets. I didn't mobilize people. Of course, I have the crowd to do it, but I didn't do it. I respected the fact that the governor is my father, and I did not want to raise any dust over that issue. But I'm alive to tell my story. Emmanuela is not alive to tell her story. But we all know.
Demanding for justice for Emmanuela. Another young soul got shot by the same rotten, corrupt system. Nigeria system is a system that actually hits our own. I don't know how many systems that hits our own people up like this. You know? And they don't blink. No blinking. They say. To Kanu, he also, by the way, he has responded to the this general fear. Is it even like general? I don't know. Like everybody talks about a one-party state, right? Enough that they are afraid that the way things are going, thiefnubu and his gang, they are going to become so monstrously powerful that there will likely be no opposition ever that will be able to stop them, or maybe maybe the people. So the fear of one-party states in the hands of these roads is a bit dreadful to imagine. So, but to thiefnubu, that is your own headache. Clear them all, he said. I'm going to play that video. He said, clear them all. You know what I mean? Like one party state. What is wrong with one party states? Or maybe the way he puts it, Dickhead, Simba, Anambra.
Of Nigerians. Equally, before I skip, I just need to tell those ones saying one party system is no good. It's one party ruling and driving the aspiration of Nigerians. Where do they start? You don't blame a people bailing out of a sinking ship when they have no life jacket. I'm glad of what we have, and I'm expecting more to come. That is the game. We are in a constitutional democracy. Don't forget the freedom of movement and the freedom of association is not criminally punishable. Welcome to the progressives. Sweep them clean. Fellow members, of our great party, to many of you, I cannot offer the political positions, but be patient. There are so many things coming that would be great, and you'll be proud of belonging to this party. It's the party of your choice. Broom is the symbol. Sweep the dot away. Be hopeful. Renew your hope. Embrace your children. Embrace life the way it is. Nigeria will be great. We are very happy. I thank all of you for the end.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Call. That is his own pattern. For those of you who know the thiefnubu very well, and or maybe to those of you who probably don't even know him, right? Except now that you are trying to understand. He became popular for like his sharing formula. Because to him is like everybody will be taken care of. That you have not been taken care of right now. Don't fight. There is still more stuff coming. Just be patient. We'll create more and you go reach your own turn. So because of that, majority of his followers always believe that whatever they are doing right now or whatever they are passing through, it doesn't really matter. As long as they queue behind him, one day, it's going to be their turn. He's going to reward them. That's what everybody says. Most people will tell you that he always reward people. He always reward people that work. Rewarding is like he will put them in a place and they can continue to milk the system. And as they are busy milking the system, would they want to disturb him where he's doing his own? And if any of you raise any dust, now them go attack you, now them go fight you. It doesn't even have to say anything. they'll be the one to attack you. I say, shut up your mouth. Do you know how many people, do you know how many billionaires he don't make? Do you know how many people that make it through him? Do you know how many people that he don't change their life? There are so many people in this country who say, now he make them. That's how he made them. Because somehow, that person that is saying it to you, he hasn't gotten anything, but he's hopeful. He's hopeful that one day it's going to be his own turn. That if thiefnubu just decided to bless him, it's a public fund, of course, not his money, no. One party system. Sweep them all. Igbo Kanu. No, sorry, Anambra Kwenu. That was when I was in Anambra the last time, by the way. So they now used AI to blend the whole thing together. Now, here is one video that I decided to bring back simply because everybody talks about the coalition, this coalition, that it was Obi. You see, the idea of him becoming a deputy to a thief coup as it's being pushed in some quarters, right? The guy already answered that. I decided to add that to this broadcast tonight before we wrap it up. What will his answer be if he's asked to deputize anybody? This was his response.
My name is Sowore Ibrahim. I work for Triumph newspaper based in Kanu. And I want to say that whoever listens to you objectively, we agree that you actually have something to offer, no doubt about that. But since politics, 1 + 1 in politics does not give you 1. Sometimes it can give you 11 or even 1. If for whatever happens, you don't win this election, and whoever emerges extend invitation to you to serve, to enable you to implement these brilliant ideas in the interest of Nigerians. We do welcome the idea. Thank you very much.
Well, let me tell you the problem of Nigeria. Let me tell you the problem of Nigeria. There's nothing called 1-to-1 11 in politics. That's the actual problem of Nigeria. The complexity of the people who are hired. If you have a company, my brother, will you hire somebody who is incompetent? And then allow him to now hire somebody who is competent? So it is the problem. You don't go and get a conductor and say the conductor should be driving, let the driver be at the back and advising him. We want the driver to be in the steering and conductor to the way conductors stay. That is the only one we want. In 2023, my dear brother, this election is an essential election for our country.
Existential. That was what he called it that time. Anyway, I have one join. It was this guy that his team lost yesterday. I don't know why I want to share that with you, right? It's a bit crackling. Okay. They stole his generator. I don't know if it's a prank or not, but somehow bring back some memory when they stole my generator too. No, they never stole my generator, but I've seen generators stolen, and people will be describing and say, "My here, he was here. I came in this afternoon." You know what I mean? So I've seen thieves that stole generator, right? But they didn't turn it off. True story. And you see, this better pass my neighbor generator, that Tiger generator. Somebody stole that. And people there inside watching a movie, right? So the whole light just stripped off. So out of, oh no, somebody should go and check. Shit, the fuel don't finish now. Be waiting to happen. Because the generator is still working. It's still doing there. But slowly, the sound kept kind of like it was like disappearing until it disappeared into the dark. And that was how they stole my friend's generator. So when I saw this,
Close. I hope the guy say, make I go watch ball. Before I come back, they don't carry my jet. They don't carry out. They don't carry my jet. They don't carry my jet. Now you put them. Now you put them. My jet. They don't carry my jet. Now you put them. I hope the guy say, make I go watch ball. Now you put them. If I not get back, I should bet 100 b. Man, you need to win.
It's not funny. It's like a double loss for him. His team lost, and then they stole his generator. Kind of like it's relatable, isn't it? For those of you who have lived in a crowded compound, it's relatable. That's life. Somebody who's told that right now is acting like he's the smartest guy in the room. You know? Hilarious. Anyway, that is where we are going to draw the curtain this evening. I want to take calls, okay? I want to take calls. Let's hope the line works well, you know, and we can take, I can take maybe 1 or 2 calls this evening. I'm going to take a break first, okay? Go on a short break, and when I come back, right, we shall continue. Don't go anywhere.
Anambra Kanu. Anambra Kanu. Igbo Kanu. God bless you.
Thank you. So the line is opened, and Oluwo said that I wanted to take calls, right? Yeah, I know that people who are going to be calling in tonight are going to be speaking either for or against either Obi and Sowore. So I just want you to please, since you can phone in, right? I want you to please keep it clean, okay? And if you see anything, just know that another person is also going to use his own right or our own right to respond as well, okay? And let us keep it short, please. I don't want us to stretch it too far. 2 or 3 minutes. We'll go to the next call. The first caller on the line. Hello there. Did I lose you? Okay, I must have, unfortunately. But let me go on and take another one. Hello.
Mr. Mayegu.
Yes, sir. Baba.
Well done, my brother.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Thank God. How's your family?
Well, we thank God too, Baba. Thanks so much for asking, sir. Please.
It's nice to be able to be a part of the show today.
So much.
After a long while.
I know. I've been escaping early all this while, so now I'm kind of like staying back.
Yeah, I understand. With families, so no, sometimes you need. Anyway, what you did today, my brother, the show, it's well packed, well packaged, well arranged. I mean, it's fun packed. Okay. And you touched on issues that, I mean, Nigerians are waiting to hear about, like the issue of Sowore. You know, to be sincere, if you remember, there was a day I talked about Sowore. I love him so much, but it's not being real. And Nigerians know. That's why you see when he call for all this revolution, Nigerians are, they don't trust him. Go and watch Buhari's inauguration. You will see it. He took Adeola, Adeola Fayehu.
That's her name, yeah.
Yes. He took that girl, but later the girl found out that Oga was not doing what he preached. So you see, you can never hear Adeola speak about Sowore today. It's because of that. Sowore is not real. Nigerians know. All these things he's doing. Look, in this modern world, there are easier ways to track all this money that are stealing from Nigeria. Sowore is investigative journalist. So he's not doing those things anymore. He's busy every day. Obi say anything Obi say, he counter it. But Obi is not the problem of Nigeria. You know? So Nigerians know.
That's what made some people to be curious. Like, what is really the end goal? But he himself seems to be like, doesn't care. You know what I mean? Like, he just keeps going and going. And I'm like, are there people that is trying not to disappoint if he, for once, decide to probably review his relationship?
For me, I think if he is serious about what he's saying, Obi is the best person to form an alliance with. To my own observation.
That's my own too. But fortunately, he believes that Obi mingling with the likes of Atiku, El Rufai, and the rest of that sort of like makes Obi like them. And my own thing is that is that enough for somebody of a Sowore's caliber or status, right, to just take a beer, a lock, blanket, sort of like a one single push to push one person without any corporate misdeed.
Obi cannot fight Atiku. Obi cannot fight El Rufai. That's one thing you have to understand. But Obi is, his own style of politics is different. Someone that has been investigated.
But it doesn't warrant us trying to then smear in just so that we can put him in the same baskets like them when we all know it's going to be unfair, in my own view.
No. Someone that okay, my brother. I wanted to touch something, but no problem. Next time, let me leave it for someone else.
So that we can manage the time for everyone. I know.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So here is another caller, though. Hello.
Hello, Baba. Good evening.
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm very well, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Long time. It's John is calling from Boston, Baba.
Hey, it's John. That's true. It's been a while.
Right? It's been a while, Baba. How you doing, Baba?
Same old, though. But we can't complain.
How's your family?
Thank God. Thank you so much for calling in. So yeah, go ahead, please.
Thank you. I will wait time. Today na my turn. No vessel. I go start from one place. You see, our people talk say, if they comot this small ants when they bite dog. If you come out and from dog, you know the shame for face. If they do like say you dey pinch the dog. Are you with me?
I am.
Okay. 3 things what I go explain for you. You go Edo State. You say Edo. Edo people shout for him. He say, you want Edo back? They say yes. He give them APC. APC can't they kill you, you can't they disturb. Why you go disturb? You want APC for Edo? Then carry APC give you. APC can't kill Edo. Can't they kill Edo? You can't they complain. Why they complain? How I don't go. Secondly, this girl where you see what they kidnap. Use the mouth to talk and say, these people say they go come. Go and mark it. One day you go see them say, now that time where that girl talk go happen. Nobody know the day where they go come
and do something.
Where you go see them. Now you see, say that girl now don't use her mouth now confess. He say, these people they somebody open mouth tell you say in the fighting security. You don't give honor, you don't promise when I say you don't renew hope. When I don't see him saying you don't renew the hope. We hope we renew. Make I tell you something.
Tell us.
Do not forget this. This man today is 24th of May. He don't telling us say anybody will stand on his way 2027. Go sweep him out. He don't use his mouth. Now in mouth, I hear that he say, sweep them out, sweep them out. That means kill them.
It's not different from it's not different from that time when he says snatch it.
Listen, me and I absolutely he don't come again. Now he don't talk say anybody will stand for their way. Sweep them out. Sweep them out means massacre them. Nobody go talk.
Like do whatever you do to make sure that nobody stops us.
Thank you. So then, me I know they're around. I know they're there. I keep saying this anytime I call it.
I deal with you.
I keep saying this anytime I call it. I say me way there outside. The only ginger where I go ginger you now for you to stand up, do something to save your life. Forget about me. I feel come back and see you, say nothing there. Anything what I get, I will give you to suspend you. Now the only thing what I can do for you. Because I say me and you know they do. And you get the opportunity to stand up and quench that fire when one come burn you. You come the time you say, make me I come back where I did. Come help you. You know go walk now.
Mazi.
Now the last one.
Oh yeah. Make up because remember we are doing our time checking time and all of that.
I know that's what the last one what I won't give you now.
Right.
All those things where they are chairman of APC within that Dangola. Gandola mention. Make I start from we don't kill. Ababi don't kill. Hope both of them don't kill.
Yep.
All those people where you see say we in the court, now they are group members. We know say they know how they do it. Massacre them, they go massacre them, they go return them back to office. Or find something, give them what they thank you. So the only thing why they tell them, last one I want to talk now, Peter Obi.
You have to keep that last one.
Make him go sit down. Make him go sit down. Make that man go sit down.
See, I want to say something quickly before I take another one. You see, if I want to be time conscious, right? The moment I try to remind you and say, please, that time is the time you have to cut it, like wrap it up. Okay, please. Don't let me repeat myself more than maybe twice. All right? Because I'm the one who knows how long you've been talking and we want more people to call in, okay? So Just go to the most one that is on the top of your list of what you want to say first, and then go down the list. Once I say thank you, let's take another one, please. Make it easier for me. All right. Here is our lady, Angelique. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good, though.
How are you?
How are you?
Well,
I'm good.
We are grateful. Thank you so much for asking. So please, it's in the mix of a lot tonight, right? So where do you want to start from?
So, okay, so I want to first of all clear the air.
Right.
Number one, I want to ask Maigo, how many Angelic have been calling you on this line?
To the best of my memory, just one.
Good. So that person that called you that day, it wasn't me. Because that day, immediately you called my name. I just looked up, I'm like, I'm not calling. And I was surprised that woman never said it is not Angelic.
Right. No. I'll tell you what happened, okay? When I mentioned your name,
okay,
it was because I actually saw you trying to get through. All right. That was the reason I mentioned your name. Somebody else came through within that time, all right? I said, oh, the Angelic she's trying to get through, but our time is so up. And I'm so sick. That's why I mentioned your name that day. But yeah, anyway, you are here now, though.
Yeah, because so the woman said something, and when people were not trying to refer to her, they called the Angelic.
Ascribe it to you because I mentioned it. Oh,
yes.
Sorry about that. It wasn't you, no.
So yeah, because as a temple of a truth, number one, anybody can agree or disagree, right? Exactly. Everybody have their own opinion on what is going on now in the world, right? Me, I can come out in the angle that I have seen, and I'll talk about it. Other people will come out in the angle that they have seen and talk about it, but I don't generalize things.
See, you don't follow
Angelic is Sowore, okay. Only Sowore, okay.
I know. Go on.
Good. You understand? I'm on the opinion that number one, I want Nigerian to be good. Just like the other day, my husband was saying, okay, if Nigerian break into two, where will you go? I said, if Yoruba go, I go. I be Delta, we marry Yoruba. He said, what about Igbo? I said, if Igbo go, I carry all of them and follow. We go now the same place. That is it. So now the person that lady that she talks about what's his name? Very dark man, right? Sorry, I just want to digress a little bit and just say a little bit about
your prerogative. Remember that you don't really have to make your point of call based on what we are talking now. It could be another thing.
Talking about another thing.
It's your slot, or use it wisely because of our time now.
Yes, I'm going to. In the next 2 minutes, I'll get out of here. Now, very dark man, right? I started following him when I saw the way he was advocating for people. So I want to ask the question, what do Nigerians really want? Because I see some people, they write out there that Obi is this, Obi is that. For crying out loud, what do we really want? I think that is what they need to sit down and ask themselves. What do they,
everybody should ask himself and answer.
Yes, what do they really want? Because for my own, I mean, this is a man out there, that's the president himself, killing people. In fact, the son is even out there too, doing exactly what the daddy is doing. Now, are we now for the okay? And another person is there saying all these things these people are doing is not good, right? We are coming out. The person is coming out to say, when I get in here, I'm going to make sure all these things stop. And we are now. Somebody is now saying, no, he's among them. He's after all, he did this.
Don't seem like that he's one of them. He's like them. He's this or that.
It's like, I mean, what do we really want? Okay, now this guy, very dark man. Yes, on his own, he's trying. How many youths? That guy is just barely 30 or 31.
I know.
How many youths will do what that guy is doing? He comes out, he risks his life every day. And somebody is saying, he's somehow shady. Because one time he came out and say, because he, for crying out loud, can we just leave all these things? Like, why are we trying to find out fault from the ones that even come out to say, I'm a Nigerian and I want this country to be good? Why are we always finding fault on them? and now leaving the ones that are always out there. Look at what the Baba is saying today. Nigeria is good. Our economy is better. Is it true? Is this economy better?
Is it?
So please, Nigerians, you, especially these Gen Zs, what do you really want? Because the truth is, if Obi finally wins tomorrow, now, let me tell you, Mayegun, what people will do. If Obi finally wins tomorrow, right, which I am praying for, they will start finding fault in that man. This is the man that there is no fault, or even though they are trying to rope it.
People who can't speak out right now, automatically you will see civil society will come back to life. They will be back to life.
What is this? Please, we should sit. I think by the time we know what we want, right? You see, Burkina Faso. Maybe when we know what we want, we will now behave like that, and that is it.
Let me take
it. Thank you.
God bless you.
Yeah,
thanks so much for stopping by. Thinking about it, I think I've got one angelic, right? I'm still expecting another one again. I'm beginning to. I have to rejig my own memory. Here is another lady in the house. Charms, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Very well. Thanks for asking. You want to chip in yourself tonight?
Yes, I'm going to be really quick. So
I would love that. Please, go on.
With regards to Sowore, right? I know he's somebody that you hold in high regard, but I feel like the burden of proof is the rest of Sowore at the end of the day. Now, if you call somebody a fraudster, or you say that somebody is a criminal, right? It's not just enough for you to say that the person is a criminal. The burden of proof is now on you to prove that that person is a criminal. Now, if you have receipts, so if you have receipts that Obi is fraudulent, right? Then you have to put it out there. It's not enough for you to come out and say, oh yes, no, this person is a criminal. You don't become a criminal by association. If my brother is a thief, does that make me a thief? If I associate with a criminal, does that make me a criminal? Am I a criminal by association? Right? If you have proof, listen, if you have proof that Obi is fraudulent and he has done all of these bad things, for goodness sake, instead of just talking about it, put it out there and say, okay, these are the facts. Come with the receipt so that people will start saying things like, oh, you're jealous.
So that people will stop, people like this, people will stop defending a fraud. Do you get that now? So that it is not enough to just say, oh, Charm is a fraud. And everybody will say, oh, Charm is a fraud. But what did she actually really steal? No,
if Michael says that if Michael says that Charm is a fraud, now the burden of the burden is now on.
No, I'm saying that people now ask me and say, sorry, Mayegun, we have been calling Charm fraud, right? Well, I just want to know, what did she actually steal? No, she didn't steal anything. I just want to call her fraud. Like, do people actually have such introspection at all? Like, they just say, you know what?
I don't. This is the problem. You don't come out, and I see a lot of it, these comments on your chat group, right? People
I even see some on my own platform. Somebody calling Obi is a fraud. Obi is this. Obi is that. I'm like, do people just say all these things just because everybody say that? Like,
Yeah, I don't have a problem with you calling anybody anything. If you call somebody a thing, like we say Tinubu is a criminal, that one there's facts, there's documentation to prove that this person is a criminal and his family is no good, right? So it's not enough for you for Sowore to come out and say, oh yes, Obi is a criminal or whatever. He now has to back up his claim with facts and receipts, at the end of the day. Now, the other point I wanted to make was with regards to all of these people endorsing what's his name? This Igbo Kanu.
Did you see that part? Yeah, it's the TV guys who made that video, and it's this generated. It's crazy. I've not stopped laughing ever since I came across it.
Do you know what? It's hilarious though, it's funny but not funny, right? But at the end of the day, I'm just like, I don't know whether these people are
like, man, no, I don't even know how to react. Especially if you are Igbo, right? Sometimes just like, I don't even know how to react and just to laugh. I just laugh. But go on.
I don't know if these people are, what they call it, performing a psyop on Nigerians, for goodness sake. You stand there and you are saying that this man is excellent, he's good, and there by no metrics, by no metrics, right, can you prove that this man is a good president? For goodness sake, the quality of life of Nigerians have gone down the drain. There's no end in sight. He keeps telling you that, oh yes, there's hope. Hope for what? Hope for hopelessness. Is that what we're looking forward to, right? And then people keep talking about waiting for 2027. You know, I always say this thing consistently on your platform, right? People who are waiting for 2027, right, are waiting to be what they call it, to be treated once again. If you do not do the needful, which is to push for electoral reforms, either push for electoral reforms or push to get rid of the current people here, the current occupants of power in Nigeria, right? The people who are currently ruling the country, ruining the country. If we don't push for that, then listen, we have another Kanu is going to come back another 4 years. After 4 years, maybe Sheyi will now come and bully us again for another 8 years. Then another set of people will come and bully us again, and we'll keep on going, right?
And the cycle continues.
I don't have a lot.
It never ends.
Yeah, it never ends. Exactly. So these are the 2 points I wanted to touch on. I'm not going to talk about very dark man. Believe what you want to believe. For whatever, that's where I am right now. Well, my good, thank you for all your hard work, Jerry.
It's lady, just take it easy too, okay? You have a good one, Mama, right? You've spoken well. Here is another lady, and that's a princess. Princess Balogo.
Hey, my good evening. Yeah, how you doing? It's been a while. You're looking good.
Thank you. You are doing always make me feel like, like fine.
I was telling.
You know what that time people be like, like I cannot meet all of you in the middle like that. So I stopped reading the comments. That comments my
I was telling Adnan this evening that it's my go fine by I just typed it, just came out that Nasemo. The rate at which the guy eats Semo is diabolical.
Well, Semo shit here, no, but camera, as well. Give it to it. Right?
That's very good.
Adnan, right?
Yeah.
Just know how
the bread I give you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Baba. I just called to say thank you to the people that donated to Yabiji the last time. They're still donating. Yeah, she's very fine. The kids are fine. We went shopping for them, and they're bigger now. Looking very good, healthy, and they are coping.
That's beautiful.
I was going to when the other lady called earlier, she was saying something like she was hoping for Obi to win the election. Election of which country?
Change Nigeria. I mean,
which Nigeria? Which Nigeria? I am not against Obi. I am not against Sowore. School me same lesson. But the fact still remains that the country, the foundation. See, if the foundation is all right, what can the righteous do?
You can't build something on nothing.
Then Angelique says something about a very dark man having issues that, see, when you throw yourself out there, if you're trying to liberate your own people, you better believe that you will be facing the government on behalf of those people, and your own people will be fighting you from behind too. That's the way it has been.
That's why.
And until we know that, see, when Adam Doshomole was in and whatever, where he was, Labour, NLC, people were seeing him as what? What were they seeing him as?
Champion of the people.
I think he was fighting for the people. We do not know when to decide, when to differentiate, when to demarcate these things. When these people enter politics, leave them there.
Right.
They are not for you anymore. You were saying something earlier that if Obi should enter, you will see liberating group, you will see this group. Groups will come up. The reason why groups are not coming up right now is because the people in power were the people funding protests all along.
The yesterday's protesters, they are today's government arresting.
Yes, that's what it is. You will not see them, and you will never see any protest come up that will be reasonable.
Rather,
whatever protest you see,
why protest doesn't solve anything. The same Professional
That
protesters.
whatever protest you have seen in this country, the one they were raising their hands at Ojota, I can't remember the name. Any protest that you see, they were sharing pizza. Say pizza jabola toruni abayemba ni shanwe oni. It didn't happen like that. Somebody paid for it. Somebody paid people to come out on the streets to do whatever it is they might have done. And I want to ask Nigerians something, something. You know, Jonathan handed over to who? To Buhari.
That's right.
Buhari handed over to Tinubu.
That's right.
Who handed over to Sheyi? Ó dàárọ̀ káwọn èèyàn máa ròyìn ta ló hand over fún ṣe Mayegun ta ló hand over fún.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ ka
Ó
comment.
dàárọ̀.
Ó dàárọ̀. Àwọn èèyàn dìbò. She is like de facto vice president saying that, but I've not really read any much meaning to it. One name.
One name, one name, Duto,
one name number. Osita. How you doing, Baba?
You are the original of the originals. I'm telling you.
Tell them.
You are the original of the originals. I, as a freedom fighter I am, sometimes I try to see if I can see something negative about you, but no, I'm not.
There you go. Osita, my number one hype man.
So from today,
right?
So from today, I will stop seeing something negative about you because I know I will end up not finding any.
Okay. And I will try to keep up, with the quality of what I, the quality inside and outside, the quality of what I you know what I mean?
There's a difference. You are not chasing clouds. This is what God. You were created for such a time as this. You were born for this. And that's the reason I keep telling people it is not a competition.
No, it's not.
It's not a competition. So until people find out that it's not competition, then you stop doing the wrong things.
The sky is such a limit for everyone. They will say, they say, oh, the sky is a limit. Everybody can fly. In fact, it's not just a limit. It's actually a starting point. It is not a competition. Osita.
Okay. Now, I want to ask myself, I want to ask questions that I've been asking myself.
Right.
I have never seen any place in the world where opposition is always fighting opposition.
Me too.
Precisely.
They can disagree, do you get that now? But they will always agree that the sitting government is not doing well, is like, sure, you get, their country needs help. That moment, our country comes first too, but not in Nigeria. Maybe because there's no real Nigeria. Anyway.
So I keep asking myself, even while I write on most of the social media, the first thing I ask is that, why is opposition criticizing opposition? So I don't get it.
I don't.
So it all boils down that somebody can feel very comfortable to lay false accusation on the other person. Right. The reason he feels comfortable of doing that is because he find out that people, education are burnt down, the level of education is destroyed. Then secondly, we have been blinded with hate for one another. That is the reason why you see all these things going on.
Because it's not as if to say somehow, right? The base is going to swing between the two camps. When you destroy this one, you will inherit his supposed base. No, you're just decimating yourself for the bigger one, the bigger fish.
Right? I've always respected one person all my life while I was growing up, and that's Chief Gani Fawemi. I've always respected that man. I remember they asked him, sir, as a freedom fighter, why are you going into politics? Why do you want to become the president? He said he knew he's not going to, he knew he's not going to win. Even the people that he's fighting for, they are not even going to vote for him. But the truth is that he wants to expose the rot in the system. That's his ability. This thing was asked.
Like he's not going to be just talking about the rot. Yes. I want to show it to the world.
Yes, this question, a co-student in my school, Igbobi College, that was the question he asked him. And he still said that thing on the newspaper. So what am I trying to say? We all are activists, but we all are not freedom fighters. It's two different things. But for the fact that we all are complaining about the rot in the system, we all cannot be president at the same time.
No.
For me, God knows my heart. I am not looking at this election. You will go to that election, they will rig you out. It is left for the people. Obi even said it in one of the things that you presented right now.
Right.
It is left for the people to decide what to do.
You know?
He himself is not going to do it. It is left for the people. And truly speaking, what is democracy? We all will have to, the meaning of the democracy they told us, we have to defend our vote. It is not as if someone who you voted for is going to defend your vote. It is we that will have to defend our votes, because the Constitution talks about we the people. He didn't say the leader, he said we the people. So at the end of the day, I want to know the reason why I'm waiting for somebody to explain it to me. Why would an opposition be against an opposition whereby the statue of hate, the statue of corruption is right there in Abuja, and you guys are not talking about him?
You're not really moved enough that to understand. I think there's something, right? You know, I believe that it's not that Obi can't be president, right? But because we all know all of the unseen and unwritten codes that will make it almost impossible, right, for him to be.
But the only reason,
somehow, right? Somehow, it seems that the people who even seems to have the power, they are afraid of something that we are not aware of, because this level of obsession, there's no single day that Obi does not dominate the media stories, online or offline. And then you begin to wonder and say, why are they so invested, right, in trying to possibly paint him black? But the more they do that, the more he remains point of conversation everywhere. So, are you sure that Obi won't be president? With these people are kind of like acting it. Is there something we are not pretty much paying attention to that they are?
I am saying that he will not be president.
I don't understand this obsession. I don't.
It's not as if people are not going to vote for him. It's not as if he's not going to win the election. But there's a difference between you winning the election and you getting into becoming the president. The constitution of Nigeria is rigged against Nigerians. That's in the first place. Nigeria is not supposed to be a country. That's the second one. Nigeria should cease to exist if anything good will come to us who forcefully claim that we are Nigerians. Nigeria cannot help anybody at this time.
God bless you.
Even
go on.
I tell people that even if they do, I am telling you there is always a stopgap in trying to keep evil going. They might give him
any form of progress at all.
Yes, they might give it to him and say, after all, it's 8 years. After 8 years, we'll go back to status quo. That is another thing that could happen. That is the truth.
It is well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for also joining the conversation, though, right? You really don't shoot to miss. But let me take another one, all right? Here is another caller. But before I introduce my caller, please, if you are still here with us, you can take a moment if you haven't already, okay? Take a moment, and you only do it once. Just like the broadcast, subscribe to my channel, and share the broadcast. And when you are free, right, tour this entire channel on YouTube. And there are interesting topics or happenings that we have indeed covered in the past, talking to those who are new here. Here is Prince Adebayo from Sweden, I believe.
King Mayebu himself.
Prince and the Prince. How are you, sir?
I beg. I beg. Make people just remember, say you are a king. Now we put you there.
Somebody
I will be by your side.
I remember there was a time you said that, right? And somebody actually took it personal. This is the problem with the people. Because they are watching this one now. You are calling him king, Why are you calling him your king? I was like, if I say this thing over his head, though. Somebody in that place, he really flew over their head, though. Call on him,
Baba.
You get what I mean?
Baba, yeah. Baba, we don't decide our own king. And as he did, so he did. Our king is our king.
It is what it is.
Baba, yes, Baba. Yes, it's good to see you again, Baba. I just listened to you today. I say, okay, the truth. You know, I like the way you dissect the truth, and I like the way you put it without attacking anybody. You just state it there for everybody to make up their mind.
It's supposed to be our
remember,
this platform now. This we don't agree with them. I don't agree with you. Obidients, right? I'm not interested in one Nigeria.
Exactly.
Similarly, revolutionary.
Exactly.
Because I believe that we have something in common.
We have we have something in common. So there's just something that is missing. The missing link. We have not yet found the missing link yet. But I like the way you put it. Hopefully, Sowore one day will come up the high horse.
Yeah, I think he believes that if he dares change his way, like you get what I mean, like he believes that he will lose relevance among some other people who believe in his stance. That's my own take.
Yes.
Because sometimes this whole thing doesn't make sense. Sincerely, it doesn't make any real sense.
Even David Uday said it. He said it's not as if he doesn't like Sowore. He likes the guy, respects the guy. But his problem with Sowore is that because there's everybody can see that Obi is the safest thing, is the nearest thing to normal government. We are not yet there. After Obi, we will still be looking for the right thing, but the safest thing to normalcy before we now start doing, because the guy is saying all the right things. And to me, a lot of people agree with him because he's the only kind of person that can listen to you. You know that this one is government. Yeah, if this one is president, he cannot send people to go and spy people. You know that if this one is president, the land will be calm. And reasonable people will come into offices. That is what we are thinking. Because Sowore himself now, I don't even see.
You know why you are.
There are many of us that
You know why you are so right. So many people watching this broadcast this evening, right? Prior to 2023, they've given up on Nigeria. In fact,
they have given up already.
Supposed to be the base for
the
Afra struggle, Yoruba nation struggle,
then
SARS protest, and all those kind of majority of people who have given up. Surprisingly, I've been over here. I started seeing people who are like, we are saying break up Nigeria. They are now started calling that. You know what? I just think we should give Nigeria one more chance because of this Obi. So apparently, you're right. A lot of people practically return their investment back to that place. If people don't need to be
Baba, Obi is the only person who people who support Nnamdi Kanu can relate with him.
At least.
People who support, people who support, people who support this Yoruba movement, they still agree with him to an extent. Everybody from every quarter agree with him to an extent. He's the melting pot. But Baba, I know that Nigerians will everly use their brain. Baba, but there's one problem. I think it was last week you made the program. And I wanted to comment, but you didn't give us chance. There was these children who were supposed to go to school, but they cannot go to their classroom because of water. So they were standing in water. and they were singing the national anthem. But the federal government, I didn't hear anything about the federal government doing anything about that. My fear was, I'm telling you.
Lagos, inside.
Yes. My fear I began to fear for the owner of the school because those children were not singing the old national anthem. Believe me, with the Nigeria that we have today, they can go arrest that guy while he's teaching those children old national anthem. Yeah, because these people they are just brain dead. Normal human being, I cannot believe that children who are not up to 5, 6 are standing in that kind of dirty water.
That is the world. You know what I mean? That's the world.
No.
And
no. This set of politicians there, and one of them was still saying the other day, and he's flying on the plane. He's seen one village, and they should create the village.
You don't understand. You know, I'm not talking about this before, right? Something about poverty. You see, they lie to the people by telling them that God loves the poor. Because that's the way, that's a means of a consolation for poor people, all right? To say, don't worry, if the society doesn't respect you, right? God loves you, but you are the first to enter kingdom of heaven. So because of that, right? Because in real life, as a poor person, right? Number one, you know it's going to be ugly to people. Have you ever heard Obi beauty have you never heard that before?
Yes.
See how you can't differ. Poverty no good. See how your people now come out. Because if you are poor, naturally you are ugly. That if you
but you are never right.
You are no. You don't get opinion, right? No
opinion, exactly.
We get right to opinion, good get right. You're not serious. So number one, you don't get opinion. Number three, as a poor person, you're always a suspect in everything. Even if you are not.
Baba. Baba.
You
don't know why people if they get noise, they just
So telling people that God loves them is just a means of telling them that see if your reward is in heaven. But I fight for me here. Poverty is not something that.
But don't look. Just look the thing now. These people are not in the same. They are not in the same time frame, in the same sequence as in the same frequency as normal people. Because if they know what they are doing, they will stop. See, I mean, look at the way the other day the daughter of this president was trying to do something to the Benin market women. Yes, and the son is all about doing things with the nuns, dealing with people. These people don't understand that people hate them, that people are tired of suffering.
Prince, God bless you.
Oh God.
Let me take another one before I call it a night, okay?
Thank God.
Thank you very much for calling in. All right. So I am not saying that everybody should possibly, I don't even know how to put it, like if you are not rich, like poor. Because me as I did so now, I'm a poor person. But I can't be like say my poverty now, I guess small level, right? Like Oshupa said it, right? My own poverty level don't pass waiting in go do. You know that level that waiting in go do. They collected your girlfriend. What you want to? That kind of poverty, I don't pass that level. I don't pass the level where somebody will say, I will slap you, nothing will happen. I don't pass that level as well. I'm not saying nobody can slap me. Well, something can happen. But something will happen. Sure, you understand that? So my own poverty level is that I have passed some level, but I never reached some level, kind of. And even to the level that I've gotten into, right? I would never be a motivational speaker for you to say that poverty is something, because it puts you in a place that dehumanizes you. It's more to them, right? Especially when you have this Nigerian type of treatment they give to poor people, right? The ideal thing is to do your best. Never be poor. You shall never be poor. Here is another caller. Hello.
Hello, Mayego.
Hello, ma. How are you?
How are you today? I'm good.
Oh, very well.
Let me just make a quick correction. The day I called,
yes, ma'am.
I didn't hear you call me angelic until I left.
Right.
So I'm
because
not
I think I was just making a statement that it's like this same way, right? Like you are on the line already while I was talking, then I just brought you in, and somebody just felt like, oh, that was you. No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Well, I hope I managed to convince that person though. Because
I hope so.
Have to pass it.
I hope so, because it was too personal. So, but it's okay.
I mean, it's obvious. So
go
on, ma'am.
I want to talk about something. Like me, I don't follow crowd. I just do my thing. I hit my points. If somebody said something about Ganify and me, and somebody said something about Adam Soshomole.
Yeah, the two personalities fighting for people.
Yes. And I want to add what Festus Keyamo to it. Because we saw Festus Keyamo fought for Frayo in the 90s, right? When this guy was killed. So
Bolaige
was killed, yes. Early 2000. Now we've seen these people, we've seen them come and go. We've seen the like of Tinubu, who we thought was an activist too. Ran and came back. If not for what we are saying today, now if he's not living up to the, we will vow with our life that he's one of our heroes that fought for democracy. So what I'm saying this is that I don't think from I just like this, I'm not a Gen Z. I know where I'm coming from, so I might not be thinking like others. So not everybody that comes in that you say is a Gen Z. I can give 15, 20 reasons why I had my opinions. I don't just go. I can give 20 reasons. And when I analyze it, I play the videos for you and I tell you this is the reason for it. So but let me put that on for a second because there's no time today. Where I'm going to, somebody asked a question, does opposition fight against opposition?
Like,
there's something I've seen in this.
That is there anywhere in the world?
Because the thing is, my head is, I've been saying, from day one, I've been saying it here.
Yep.
That Sowore is not doing, what he's doing is very wrong.
I know, there's people like yourself who are so convinced, or even though, based on the available information to myself, I am not claiming to know everything and I would never, right?
You get my point?
It is difficult for me to accept, right, or to agree with people who have been so convinced, based on their own, whatever information they have, right, that it cannot be trusted. I still find it difficult because I have had an opportunity to be a little bit closer to him, but not anymore, though, right? For people like yourself, you are so convinced.
I just want to hit my point.
Right.
Because there are people you see, you want to trust them, but they're not giving you room to trust them. You understand me?
I'm with you.
You want to trust them by their action. They're not giving you room to trust them due to your past experience with people like that. Like Adanso Shomole, like Festus Keyamo, like a lot of them like that.
Many
You've
of
seen
them.
them.
Right.
Many of them. You understand me? And if you look at the pattern at which this very government works, I can even tell you that Gwala was never for Atiku.
Obviously. I mean, if you had said that before now, a lot of people may attempted to actually lynch you.
You understand? You understand? He was never for Atiku. If you watch the person that was for Atiku, I will tell you that Reno is more for Atiku, but he's anywhere below fetus. But Gwala was never for Atiku. He was just a stooge in that department, in that party, against that person. When he has finished his duty, he will come back home. We watched Sowore criticize Buhari back to back. But I can tell you, the same criticism has not gone to Tinubu the way they did for Buhari. Tinubu is with style. It is not that kind of pressing neck criticism. Are you getting my point? Now let's come back. Let's put that one aside, come back. Do you understand that anybody that criticizes this government go hard on the person?
They do.
They don't spare you.
They throw everything at that person.
They throw everything at they do through everything they give out. In this very dispensation, Sowore has been doing things, daring them without even them responding to him. Does it make sense that he has been daring them, insulting Commissioner of Police, IG of Police, insulting people?
Dealing with him. He's got like about 100 cases against him.
Cases, that is not how they. You and I know that. It's not about cases. That is not how they work. You and I know that this particular government, it is not how they work. When they come for you, they come hard on you.
Come hard. I agree.
They don't come from cases, small cases. No. They know how they work. They know how they whisk people. They know how they rob people. They know how they set people up. You think the people that are swarming to APC because they want to swarm, a lot of them they are being blackmailed. Are you getting my point? Now, that same I just want to. I'm not the only reason I'm standing. The only reason I'm even supporting Obi for 1%. The only reason is because I saw that he has been tested and trusted, so he's better than others.
I mean, obviously now, is that not the reason why
he has tested the government money? I've watched him test the government money. He has gone through the fire. So that is the only reason. If not, I will scrutinize him the same way I'm scrutinizing others. Are you getting my point? Now, since Obi came out, Sowore has been dragging Obi back to back. You now removed. Initially, I was thinking that it was out of this guy is coming to collect my position from me. Initially, I was thinking that where is this guy coming from? Me that has been the revelation now. You want to come and collect the use from me just like that? That was what I was thinking. But when I decide, like me, I don't know about others. Others can stay and when I bring you out as a person, if I want to study you, I will go to your archive. I will analyze your archive.
The pattern. What's
the pattern of that person's pattern.
Yes, is it.
You understand? If I study that person's pattern, I can come to my conclusion. Are you getting my point? So now, Reno drags everybody that drags Tinubu, but Reno doesn't drag Sowore. Anybody that drags Tinubu, the information, whatever, will come for the person. They don't drag Sowore. Nobody. He comes in, he goes out. Nobody drags him. Remember, Sowore is not a
too. That's why I said the obsession.
He's not an American citizen.
It's bigger than.
You understand me? But Obi just cough like this, they will drag him.
You know.
Atiku cough. They will drag Atiku. I know Atiku is corrupt, but if Atiku cough, they will drag him. Any other person cough, they will drag the person. Even part of Tommy that wanted to raise it, they dragged him. Revolution since how many years? Nobody is answering him.
Oh, Sowore entered him too. I remember Showore's.
I want to shock you for something.
Quickly.
I still repeat this word. When the Kanu come out, a lot of things will burst. There's something I told you. There's something I said. You often say it here.
Right.
There's one woman you advertise her page here. You say because she's doing the same thing you're doing, that we should go and support the woman. That anybody that is dragging this government, you are for the person.
That's right.
The same when Nnamdi Kanu told us about you. Go and meet the young man, Mayegu. Anybody that is dragging this government, he's with the person. He doesn't care from the angle you are dragging from. The same thing that made Nnamdi Kanu to reconcile with Sowore. I don't know if I'm making a point.
He did actually reconcile with him at the time.
And
it was meant to be a bit of a nudge forward from what
you understand me?
The effort of people coming together then to face the main behemoth.
Yes, but because he found out that we were fighting the same, he felt that we were fighting the same just cause, so they had to reconcile. So why will you not fight? Peter Obi is the only opposition that fights this very government, but every day you drag Peter Obi. What are you trying to tell us? If I want to come to my analysis, I will say you're a stooge. You're a stooge in the sense that you don't criticize Tinubu up to 1%, up to 20%. The same way you criticize Buhari, almost 95%.
It's just that tackling opposition is the only issue here that people are still.
You understand my point? So that's what I've just come to say. I don't see you anywhere in the world.
So hopefully,
thank you.
Yeah, hopefully another time we're going to have
a
bit of an extended
more of this
too, right? So
no problem.
Thinking maybe we should have a People's Parliament on Mayegun's Diary Political soon.
No problem.
One thing about People's Parliament is that you would have at least about 5 to 10 minutes of your time. So
no problem.
It's just that we have to put a face to it as well, right? Anyway,
no problem.
Such a pleasure hearing from you again. Okay.
Thank you. All right, thank you.
Right. So, brethren, our time is up. Okay, and I know some of you will still want to possibly call in and contribute. Right? Don't worry. Tomorrow is another day. Even if this conversation doesn't pop up again, right, or anytime soon, you can still hear your own view on it. All right. Anytime you have the opportunity of calling in onto the program. So thank you. I'm going to see you again tomorrow. So until then, bye-bye. Take it easy. Join me here next time. Join me here next time. And good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari IDP number 1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari IDP number 1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari IDP number 1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari IDP number 1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari IDP number 1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari IDP number 1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari IDP number 1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari IDP number 1. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari IDP number 1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari IDP number 1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Mayegun dayari IDP number 1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari IDP number 1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti
bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.